Hello? Hello? Good morning. Or afternoon, evening, whatever. Whatever is most appropriate to you. Check out my fancy new sweater. Do you like it? I like the sweater. It makes my hands look big. That I should shrink those, but that's a later problem. You know what today's problem is? Today's problem is Kerbal related. I definitely should turn on the buddy bot. I got a lot of steps in while I was off doing other stuff, but that's a story for later or another time or whatever. Get out of my face. We are resuming the Starbound Stream Delivery Network. And clearing my throat. So happy to have a mute button now. Okay, welcome back. Welcome to... we had some missions already selected. We have 3 contracts. What was it? A Munstone back. Explore the Mun. What are you asking to do? Rendezvous. Park 2 vessels next to each other around the Mun. Okay. I can do that. We have to rescue Lou Brett. That was the main purpose here. Let's not forget that. That's what we came for. He's stranded in orbit around the Mun. So we're gonna realistically rendezvous 2 vessels together. My hand didn't move properly. We're gonna rendezvous 2 vessels together. And a Munstone. So I guess we're just like committing to landing while we're out there. So we need a craft or a vessel that's going to do all 3 of those things. And it needs to cost less than 250,000 funds. So boy howdy, do we have an engineering challenge ahead of us. How are we even going to handle this? Let's figure it out. So, we are going to need... I feel like the Canaan lander would do pretty good, right? Because this craft here has already been to the Mun and back. But there are some problems. There are problems. Problems 1 being there's too many people on board. We do not... we don't have room on this craft. We would need an extra command module. Because there needs to be room for a tourist. What are we gonna do? We're gonna build a new ship for this. Let's start new. So what I do know is that I need to take a pilot for safety. I need to take an engineer to do any of the part switching. Actually, you know what we should do? We should actually see if we are capable of investigating that stranded craft. Because we could probably go park an existing vessel nearby. Because I can't fly Lubret's pod, right? That's my problem, is I need to see details of this vessel that I do not currently know. So my next best choice is to take Kana's arm and see if we can put Kana's arm right next to Lubret's pod so that we can see what Lubret's pod looks like, which is wild. We have 9. Oh, we have a lot of Delta V on this. Oh, this arm is definitely going. This is a callback to thanking Kane, because Kane was helpful. When Kane is here, things are good. Ooh, we have an encounter with the Mun already lined up. This is something we were afraid of happening, and now we're in control. This is good. Let's just time warp to over here. Yo, we got lucky. We were left in a good position by the raccoon team. Thank you, Team Trash Panda, for all of your help up until this moment. Gosh, we're so lucky that this was already lined up. But we will not forget that Kane's arm is not a landing craft. It cannot go down. It is an orbital, what am I saying? It's an orbital transition vehicle. It just moves the orbits from one spot to another. But it is, and always has been, at its heart, a rescue craft. We're going there. Because all we need to be able to do is see Lubret's pod right now. And then we can do all of our engineering challenges. Come on, just get there. So we need to get into the Mun sphere. Alright, we're here. We're going to get whipped out in a perfectly stable orbit. But I'm actually trying to set Lubret's pod as my target. So we're just going to go out to the periaps and slow down. Great. We're here. We can do this efficiently. It's time to slow down. I'm gonna end up leaving debris with this somewhere. And that's a little sad. But maybe we'll just come and refuel it later. When we have the technology. Alright, we need an orbit. We need a stable orbit around Mun. Ooh, look at that. We are basically perfectly square to it. That's a bad approach. And that's going to basically require us to stop somewhere around here. If I add a maneuver, that's lowering that. But we also got to slow down. That'll at least put us in a much better position to figure this out. No, too far. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're just gonna have to set it to like that, because that's gonna be close enough. And from here, we'll sort it out. Coffee is good. We should switch to the maneuver node. We have a very capable drone pilot here. Is that min-miss? Yeah, okay. 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 Are we at the maneuver yet? Anti-target. Oh, that was wrong. I hit the wrong button. And then I bragged about being very competent and capable. Did not work out. We got this. Look at that circle twist. Great. Close enough for now. And the ascending node. So we're going to want to go down. And we're going to want to do that somewhere over here. Could probably also slow down so that we're a little bit closer. But oh boy, we gotta make sure it's a daytime parking job. Can't be doing it in the dark. All right, that's one part of the mission. One part complete. 492, and he's at 116? 130, okay. Okay, we just gotta shrink that blue circle until it's the same size as the yellow circle. Look at that. We're going to line up a nighttime encounter. How brave am I? No, we're definitely not going to do that. We're just going to warp to like here. And we'll do it again. This rocket has done so good for us. There's no parachutes on this. That was the problem. There are no parachutes. Because it brought fuel. It brought fuel up on our first rescue mission. And now it's going to go get this tourist for us. So that we can at least get him into a craft that we control. One that has snacks on it. Could you imagine being stuck in orbit around the Mun with no snacks? Terrible. All right. Let's get past that little triangle so that that moves. Because I want to know where it's going to be. Hold on. If I'm right here, I get a little bit of light. I have some light, but it's definitely about to cause a problem, I'm sure. Where, how far? How far apart are we? 56, 18, 10. See, that's gonna have to be close enough. Actually, if I get to there, and then I slow down. There. Oh, I keep moving this too fast. Need it to go slower. I'm just gonna accept it the way it is, and we'll fix it over here. Gosh, it would have been so much smarter to do in the daylight. All right. Can I... Oh, great. There's our target. Let's change that to the target so that we can get close. What did we say? We were going to be 10 kilometers apart. And that's where we're going to start slowing down. And then we'll just hang out with Lubret for a while. We can go a little faster, right? Just a little. That looks closer than the map told us. It's fine. Now we just gotta slow it down. And now go to the target. Now, like, let's close off some of that distance. This arm has been wonderful for us. It will continue to be wonderful for us. Let's go towards that target. It's kind of fast. Retrograde. Slow it down. Oh, geez. Are my solar panels open? Yeah, okay, good. I got really afraid for a second. Losing communications or electricity would be tragic for us. Alright. That looks like it is not closing the distance as quick as I want it to. So that speed is all in the wrong direction. Let's head straight to the target again. Go kaboom! Go quite a bit faster this time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It went too far. Too fast. Hello, Kane. Welcome to the party. We are using Kane's arm as a rescue vessel yet again. Do you say it's cursed in a bad way? Because, like, it was actually a lot of work to put it together. Is it because my nose is too small? Or my hands are too big? Trust me, I am human. Entirely human. Just open the door. But seriously, it was a lot of work. I hope you like it. Yeah. You backtrack because I put myself out there emotionally, sharing my art with you. You don't get to criticize it like that, right? Ha 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 ha. Compliment baited. Coaxed into a compliment. I agree. I do want the eyes to move, and I actually need to change the tracking software I use in order to do that. So that's probably something I actually do need to figure out. Oh look, contract parameter. This must count as having parked a vehicle. Yeah. Yes, I'm Canadian. What gave it away? Retrograde. Was it the Canadian tag? Did I put that tag on? I meant to. Or was it something I said? We gotta slow down. We gotta slow down. Sooner. Sooner rather than later. Slow it down. All the way. All the way down. Arctic Brothers. That must mean you identify as someone with territory within the Arctic Circle. Where's the target? That's gonna make you a Viking in my head. Boom! Right! Awesome. I try not to make assumptions about people in the chat, but sometimes I do, and I love it when I'm right. That's the only time it's really acceptable to make assumptions, right? Is when you turn out to be correct. If you happen to be wrong, suddenly it's no longer okay. I really do need to see that vessel. I can't do any of the engineering for our rescue ship until I can see that. You're gonna make me open a map, aren't you? You're gonna make me open a map and educate myself now, aren't you? That's what you want. You want me to educate myself right now? I'd understand if that's what you wanted. But right now, we need to go rescue Lubret. Ah, no, we're pointing the wrong way. Don't rotate. I need to see this pod. And now we go closer again. My phone is not in reach. Where did I leave my cell phone? I don't know. Can't help you right now. Gotta go rescue Lubret. Yo, I can't believe we're taking on a rescue mission in the dark without a return vehicle using a drone ship that we could lose contact with basically at any moment. Hold up. We're gonna get real close to Lubret's pod, even without RCS. The lack of RCS on this ship also makes us a much bigger challenge. But Kane's arm is gonna do it. Alright, now let's go to the target. Alright, I gotta do some squats real quick. Here, no tail to wiggle, but I can do some squats. Alright, that was 10 squats. Now let's go rescue Lubret. Is Lubret's pod, like, just out there? Retract that panel. Retract that panel. I don't want to accidentally break them on this. I can't see properly. What's going on with Lubret's pod? Oh, we grabbed Lubret's pod. Great. Great, we have Lubret's pod, which was really just a crew cabin. Much free, like Nutella, after Nutella. What? Why are we talking about Nutella? You must have had a conversation about it somewhere. And all the robots overheard. Okay. So now we have Lubret's pod, okay? There was no docking port on it to begin with. We had to come up here with a claw. All right. Anyways, I need to transfer this crew to there. Yo, what is... Lubrit's a scientist? I was afraid he was a tourist. That means he's useful. And the contract is probably complete anyways. He was added to... is now part of the space program. Great. Now I need a Munstone. Was the last contract that was out there. Recover... oh, I have to bring him home. Okay. First, let's... what are we gonna do? What is it that we're gonna do? I think we actually need to deorbit some space debris before anything else. That's probably what we're actually gonna do. That feels like a waste though. What if I added 300 meters of delta V onto our speed right now? Just straight up that 300. Where does that put us? On a collision course to Kerbin. How exciting. That would also allow me to deorbit my space debris. I think that's probably the better choice. And then we'll leave Kane's arm in low Kerbin orbit while we go get a return vessel. That's a great idea. Let's do that. We're gonna warp there and go to the maneuver node. Alright. Alright, let's do it. What do we got here? We got this dropping. And this dropping is what we want the most. We want that to straight hit the planet. No two ways about it. We want that to be a negative number. Not skipping through the atmosphere. Straight 0. Great. Great. No, there should not be a next maneuver. We're just gonna warp here. Oh, I'm willing to take your advice, Kane, but I gotta know. I've got the fuel. I've got the fuel to fix this. You gotta tell me why. No. Hold on. Look. Can you see these numbers? Or are you a trash panda that's afraid of the numbers? Because I want you to look at this one up here. I have 3,500 delta V. And I am not in a return vessel. So what that means is this ship cannot come into the atmosphere hard stop anyways. It's not prepared. But I do have space debris that needs to be disposed of. So I'm going to drop the space debris. And then I'm going to recircularize my orbit. And then I'm going to send up a return vessel to go get it. So that Lubrit can come back home. I'm glad you approve of the plan. Yeah! But we gotta get out of this orbit. Okay. Now, since we are darn near the height of this all, we're gonna drop this and this. We're gonna start because hold on. Lubrit's in there. So we're gonna drop this. And then that sounded like something didn't work right. Decouple that. And just get away from it a little. Great. Let's open these other solar panels back up. And then what is it I need? I need to go prograde. I need to go forward. Until I stay out of the atmosphere. That'll be okay. We'll go a little lower. A little higher, I should say. Sorry, I'm hiding those numbers. I don't know if you want to see those or not. Anyways, now we have ourselves in orbit there. A bunch of space debris that should crash on its own. And when I get down to the periapsis, I'll slow down so that I don't risk touching the mun again. Because this ship was just conveniently left in an orbit where it had everything lined up to complete this mission for us. So it's been fantastic. Oh, hey, Red. Welcome to the party. Glad you could be here. I do indeed have this fancy new model. I've established that my fingers are too big. So bear with me and open the door. We are rescuing Lubrit right now. Retrograde. We gotta slow down. You like these hands? You like them? Hold on. Focus for a second, Ben. You can do this. Look, they all move. I can give a thumbs up. I can still do our secret gesture that shows I'm not a bot. Hold on. I don't know why this hand doesn't like us right now. But yes, I have fingies, and I'm glad you like them. I'm gonna have to redo them though, because I think they are a little on the cursed side. Let's get that real low. We gotta stay away from the mun. That's really all our thought is. Alright. Now this vessel is parked safely. It's not going to get flung out anywhere. Actually, let's pull it down a lot more anyways. We'll just leave it there. It'll hang out there. Look, it's a nice blue circle around a nice blue planet. It's a relay. It's got batteries. We've saved Lubrit. Let's go build him some more fun. We were also supposed to get a Munstone. And I didn't do that. That's the active mission, right? We have to bring Lubrit back, and we're supposed to get him on stone. Why is another dude trapped in orbit around the Mun? Recover their capsules? We could... No. Actually, hold on. Where is he? He's stranded in low orbit around the Mun. I could send that craft back to go get this fella. And then meet up with a lander craft and then come home. So I think we're gonna take that extra rescue mission to grab the extra funding, because this is a rescue mission. Ah, Kane, your lander. We're just gonna take it and go. I think we established that I wasn't particularly a fan of the parachute situation last time. I think it was a little bit more than I expected. So what I need was an extra set of parachutes that we're just gonna put right there. That was supposed to be 2 of them though. Great. We'll save that. We're gonna put this up into orbit. Everyone's gonna go back to the Mun together. Oh, there's crew on this, isn't there? I don't want crew. This is supposed to be unmanned until Lubrit can get in it. But Lubrit's rescue ship... Yeah, this is the problem. I can't take a full crew. Revert that to the vehicle assembly. I will take nobody. I think is the answer. Is take nobody. Send it up empty. And do it that way. Whoa, what is going on with that? I don't know. Tell me. What delicious thing have you consumed today? Tell me as we launch. Because I'm gonna put this into orbit first. And then I'll figure out how I'm gonna bounce this all around. Because I actually need to send Kane's lander back to the Mun. No, not Kane's lander. I need to send the rescue ship. Kane's arm. I need to send Kane's arm back to the Mun, where it will meet up with the 2 individuals trapped. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put this lander in orbit around the Mun, and then Lubrit and the rescue ship will go get it. I think that's probably the right way of orientating this rescue mission. We're gonna get there. Nobody should be worried. This looks like there's a staging issue. There's definitely a staging issue. I'm really glad we caught that. That could have been heckin' dangerous. Whew. This has been the excellent beginnings of a launch. Now we just point ourselves over towards the Mun. We'll get there in no time. Yo, this is a pretty good gravity turn, right? Kane's lander has some solid engineering behind it. It was definitely the right choice to reuse these ships. It's going to do a lot of funding improvements because, oh boy, this rescue mission needs to be very cost effective for our company. Hey, Longfellow. Welcome to the party. Is it the model? Because, man, if you are the third person to tell me that this model is frightening, then I'm gonna feel compelled to put it back in the closet. Put it back on the shelf. Put it in the cellar. Stop making jokes about how I'm not your neighbor. Did I do bad on this model? I'm worried now. Like, it was one thing when it was just Kane, because my relationship with Kane is like that, where Kane's questioning everything. But if it's the team consensus, if the scientific community agrees that this model is cursed, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I will need advice. I think this launch is going to work to minimize space debris. Might have to waste a little bit. Is it the overbite? Oh, it didn't even have to waste any fuel. Eyes are strange. When they black, but yeah, I think yeah. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I could change the eyelid color. Right? I could change that to skin color. That's no problem. And the overbite, I'm still thinking the overbite. We want to make it as cursed as possible. Okay. That makes sense because I'm chatting with all of you. There should be a jump scare happening, right? We gotta drop that and then get away from it all. And we're going to the Mun. The Mun is at like 10 million meters up. So let's just keep going and see what happens. $1 million. Where's our big old blue circle? The Mun is the target. Hold on, we gotta get there. We'll get there. This is gonna be great. Blue circle goes to meet the yellow circle. That's what's happening here. I just gotta park this up at the Mun. Like there-ish. And then I bet I can come out here, go faster, and I'll just hang around and the Mun will catch me. Yeah, that's my plan. See, hair and skin and eyes, just everything is oversaturated while the shirt's dull. Ooh, interesting. Okay. 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 So the skin is oversaturated. Okay. Okay, so we need to pay. I'm too pale. I need some sun. I need a sunburn. It might be the lighting issue. The lighting in VNAN is weird. Hold on. Hold on. Menu, lights. Does that help? Could turn the light down. That's not going to help with the black eye part. But maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like a professional VTuber or anything. I don't have a studio behind me. I'm just a me with a computer. I feel like that's the second time I saw the message from BuddyBot without actually spotting BuddyBot. Okay. All right. Well, I will worry about the colors later. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to put this lander. All right. Once I put this lander up where I need it to be, then we will figure out what's with the BuddyBot. Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Didn't realize it was that bad. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, everyone. I tried. But yo, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I can take constructive criticism. Now, the BuddyBot. There's the BuddyBot. I can make it happen. But it should have been happening on its own. Why is OBS not connected properly. Over here. I appreciate constructive criticism, don't worry. But I don't know, and I'm not about to troubleshoot OBS. But I will do those squats. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. Here's 7. Here's 8. Here's 9. Here's 10. Alright. Alright. Alright, back to Kerbin. Alright. We need this thing to be in a stable orbit around the Mun. Oh, hold on. No. Hold on. The solar panels aren't out yet. The action groups aren't programmed. What's going on here, team? Toggle the solar panels. Toggle the antennas. And back to it. Pop those out. Whew, that was close. Yeah. Alright, we can focus on doing the raccoon better. Redo the raccoon. I get it. I appreciate your inputs. As I've established before, I will take advice from the scientific community. But I need to get here. What is up with this? This is a next lap thing. Where is 7 days? Yeah, this is a next lap thing. Yeah, it's definitely about to be a next lap. Okay. I'm gonna let it be a next lap. There we go. Yeah, I have viewers on Twitch. Longfellow's on Twitch. Longfellow and Red are both chatting. Alright. Now we go here. And we just stop the spin. We just gotta close that circle. Why didn't it go there? Wow. Red says hi to the people on YouTube. Which is actually primarily just Kane right now. Which is pretty impressive because this is Kane. We've got multiple ships dedicated to Kane's advice. Alright. Here we gotta stop. Oh, I bet. We firmly established that when the rocket is in this condition, when the rocket is full and long like this, our reaction wheels suck. Red, I appreciate that you could watch on YouTube or Twitch, and you choose to watch on Twitch. I appreciate that. Because Twitch is the one that moves that bar over there. That doesn't mean nothing to YouTube. What am I doing? I'm trying to close the circle. Okay. That circle is closed. And let's take an extra moment to see if I can figure out why OBS isn't connected. Nope. Nope. Don't know. We're not going to worry about the BuddyBot and OBS right now. What we are going to do is going to take Kane's arm and we got to send it back to the Mun with its 3000 delta V. Where are we at? Where are we at? What a terrible, terrible angle to be at. I'll tell you that. 3 million. Where are we? For me... all Kerbals are getting a raise. I thought you were part of the scientific community. The scientific community and the administrative funding department are not the same. We are going to dock these together, but Kane's arm has to go and rescue the rest of the crew. We are collecting the crew from stranded orbit. See, Longfellow, you know what's up. Kerbals are volunteers. They're in this for the snacks. Because boy, do we have snacks. Kane's making stuff up again. That's my assessment of the current situation. Let's go. Set that as my target. What's this nonsense? Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know I had to say this. But we gotta be English only in the chat. I can't recognize any of that, so I can't moderate it, so you gotta not do that, so it's gotta be an English only chat. Sorry, but that's the way of things. And let's warp out to here. And now we guess we go faster so that the circle is bigger. Because I just need those two things to touch. And then we'll have an orbit. I think I do need to fix this angled issue. Yeah, we're gonna go fix the angle. Cause I'm gonna mess up everything if I don't fix that. There's gonna be a problem. Okay, Kane's telling me to stop and Longfellow is running something through the trash can 2000. So, let's use an actual maneuver node. Basically right here. So that's descending, so we want to go up right there, which is basically going to fix that. And then if I slow down some, no. What if I sped up some? That also looks like it's going to be a no from me, dog. So let's try that all over again. Go away. We're going to go here. And we're going to go normal. Ooh. Ooh, I appreciate the translation, Longfellow. And it's weird that that would make the 4th person to complain about my avatar today. And I've already changed it for you. So I'm having a great day. Yeah, this is great. Great, you're all so supportive. I appreciate it so much. I'm so glad you're looking at my art. Looking at it intently enough to judge it. I only made it for your approval. So this has been great. I know, we're a trash panda family. Let's get closer to that and fix that too. Red, you're the best. I hit the wrong button. It was dangerous. Red remembers the wizard with the raccoon living under its hat. Those were good times, weren't they? Figuring out wiggle physics. All right. Now, what if I was here and I just went faster? Will this be okay? No. No, that is not okay. Just going faster will help me nowhere. Okay. What ship am I even using? Kane's Arm. This is the rescue ship, and I need it parked around the Mun. I need it parked at the Mun. So we're gonna come back to here. And then we're actually gonna slow down. No, because then I'm too low. This seems like I should just speed up at the other side. Because if I was there and I just went faster, would we get it? Yeah, we will. We'll make it happen. Probably not. I'm less confident in it now. I need to get back out there and speed up anyways. We gotta figure something out to make sure we hit the Mun proper. Let's just give it another lap. And then we'll make the circle bigger. More circular-like. And that's how we'll plan this out. We'll just get a little further apart so that I have more room to work with down over there. And then I speed up some. And those triangles start jumping around. because of how amazingly well it works. Let's come there. Now maybe what I actually need to do is just roll my circle out this way. Yeah, what's that? That is this one, radial out. Yeah, we'll just spin the circle a little bit. And I'm gonna be okay using a bunch of extra fuel, because this is gonna be an amazing success. I think I almost want to use the maneuver so I can see it. See, that's great. 270, you say. Yo, that Trash Can 2000 computer, super helpful. Oh, I know why that's not working the same anymore. I know exactly why. Because I need the maneuver. The maneuver node, not the radial, because that radial one is going to shift. Yeah, I just want to make that encounter happen. So we're going to warp out to here. Did I break it? Did I break the Trash Can 2000? Is that what I'm being asked? Or if I broke the wizard with the hat? Alright, now we go here. And we will slow down. And we will take whatever orbit we get here. Oh, no, we can't do that because this is the rescue ship. So we need to get... I thought there were two people that needed rescuing. Oh, no, okay. Great. Then we need that shipwreck. At 10 and 13, huh? Now I guess I need to decide, we're gonna go to Terrassen's shipwreck first, is what I think. Alright, that's pretty close, but it's not close enough. Currently at 12. Alright. Now this ship will need to actually have an encounter. What if we added a maneuver right there? That's gonna be the one. 18 kilometers away? Yeah. Set that to the maneuver node. And warp to our next maneuver node. And then we're gonna have our rescued crew go and get a Munstone and then bring it back home. And that way we will complete the rescue mission where we rescued 2 crew and some valuable science. Huge profit for us. Huge. Huge. The biggest profit. Meow. Oh, I know why. I needed to cross that first. And then the arrows will jump. Ah, too far. Too far. That RCS would have been real handy there. To fine-tune this, that would have been real handy. But we're gonna come back to like there. We'll get like 9 kilometers away. We'll go connect. We'll rescue the crew. We'll bring the lander down. We'll move everyone into the lander. The lander will have a great time. Versus the target. We said 9.7 kilometers away is what we're expecting. Where is it though? Where? Can we even get a visual lock on it? Not currently, no. Should be hard off to the side. Oh, there it is. Great. And we know it's going to get approximately 9 kilometers away. Now we need to go towards it. Fairly aggressively, if I might add. We've done this before and found that we just weren't aggressive enough about how quickly we needed to go. Because it's gonna slip past us. I really should do some squats, and I really should get OBS and the BuddyBot reconnected. Yo, I feel like that shipwreck is moving. .3. We're basically there. And now we gotta go towards it again. We'll get it, don't worry. I'd say Trassen's shipwreck is lucky it's still airborne. Alright, we're gonna grab that shipwreck. Great. Great, great, great. Transfer Trassen into there. What is Trassen? Trassen's an engineer. Excellent. Okay. Now, what about the debris? The debris. What do we do about that? I guess we could make both Trassen and Lubert spacewalk over to the lander once we get the lander in. 13, 10. Well, we got to get the lander into place now. Because we need them to be able to go down and land. Yo, we have way too much fuel. That's fine. That's fine. We will sort it out. It'll be fine. Warp there and go retro. Retrograde. Back it up. Slow down. But I think we should really focus on making sure this ends up being a daytime encounter. Ascending node. So we want to go down. Walk. Did you bring the Uber over to go pick them up? Ah, Longfellow. Always sticking up for the Kerbals. You know, it's just... There are legends of the spacewalks that Bob did early in the space program. And maybe I was looking forward to giving them the opportunity of doing something similar. Alright, that's gonna have to be good enough. And because I want to make sure there's a daytime encounter, I'm gonna go to like over there and slow down so that one side of my circle drops in. Longfellow, you're making a great argument for not making anybody do any of the spacewalks unnecessarily. And I'll go on record and say that if the Kerbals wanted to unionize, I would recognize that union. But until they specifically ask for it, I will not let the scientific community force that upon them. Simple, right? Kerbals have a right to self-determination. Simple as that. Okay, we'll do that so that they come on back. And yeah, I think we need to let go of the debris over here on Kane's arm. I think we have to let go of that debris now, just so that it doesn't turn into a problem later, because you're all very clear that we are not expecting them to do spacewalks. So I must release that, so it's just gonna be debris. Nothing I can do about that. Now that that's been done, the lander is going to line up a better encounter for us. Separation is 4:30. Hold on. Lock retrograde. I don't know why I was looking at it like that. No, that was a terrible decision. We're gonna go here, and then we'll burn retrograde. Just past that. Oh, I can wait the 30 odd seconds. Oh, hey Rabbit. Hi, thanks for joining the party. The rescue mission is going great. We just gotta go get a Munstone. Alright, now let's bring that back until my separation is real low. Alright, 5 kilometers, as good as it's gonna get. So, from there, we are going to get real close and park it properly. So that's what we need to do next, is we need to come back around, switch that to the target, and we're gonna have to start planning that link up part. We'll get them parked really, really close, and then we'll have the other ship come in and do the actual connection part. We'll have the arm. I know, right, Longfellow? But actually, after I think we had an interaction last time you were in the chat that has been stuck in my head, and I have just decided that I will just no longer acknowledge those instead of pointing and laughing. So that's what we're gonna do about that. But it is weird that 2 in a row showed up, right? That is weird. Oh, Traston Shipwreck is not supposed to be the target. Where? Kane's Arm is supposed to be the target. Kane's Arm is the target. I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh no! I was just looking at the wrong piece of debris. Okay. Now we have lots of fuel left, so let's get a little bit closer. Actually, you know what? Kane's Arm is just so much easier to control. What's the button I'm after? No near-eye objects. Okay, that's fine. I just want to switch to Kane's Arm from here. Because Kane's Arm... Can we even spot that other ship from Kane's Arm? Kane's Lander is the new target. That's the shipwreck. Target. Can we just point towards the target? Show me where the target is. Oh, right at the sun. How wonderful. Yeah, it's exactly what I want. Point me right at the sun. Retrograde. That's what I want. Retro! Grade it! It's getting farther away. What? Kane's Lander. Point straight at the target. It's getting farther away. What? Control from there. Retrograde. We're just gonna stop moving relative to the target. And then you're gonna point straight at the target, which is 5 kilometers away. Gosh, I'm so happy it's straight at the sun. You know, I always complain about these encounters being nighttime things. Never before has straight at the sun felt like the problem. Look, we're gonna get to the lander, no problem. And we just got to be careful not to break a solar panel while we're coming in. Actually, does this thing have its solar panels out right now? It does. Put them away. Put everything away. Make this safer. And turn on your lights. Because I don't know how we went from going directly into the sun to a nighttime encounter again. Oh, we've lost control. Oh, hold on, I can fix it. Can I fix this? No. What? Hold on. What do I have okay. I can't control... Oh, that was a terrible mistake. Yo, I put both of the antennas away on a drone. Yo, I can't believe I did that. I have to get to that lander now. Yo. Yo, I did. Ah. Yo, that was a mistake. That was tragic. Yo, I'm sad. Ah. We are lucky that Kane's arm is nearby and ready to fix this. Because I actually just did that. Gosh, I feel daft. I thought there was an emergency. Yeah, there is an emergency communicator on that. We were just on the dark side of the moon. Okay, we have reestablished connection with that ship, so that's good. But that was frightening. And Rabbit, because you have requested a polar orbit satcom, we can probably leave Kane's arm in a polar orbit when we're done to function as just that. But first off, we need to put Lubrit and Transon back onto Kane's lander. Back onto like they've been there. They need to go there for the first time ever. I feel like that solar panel, and probably this solar panel are in danger. Comsats, definitely super helpful. Gosh, we gotta start putting more lights on everything. Probably fireworks too. Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely put more fireworks on things. It's a good thing I did put that emergency backup comm link on this thing. And now we can only hope that this connection point is going to work okay. It'll probably bounce a little bit, but as long as it just has to grab, you know? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Now we need to transfer you to there. We need to transfer you to there. Now, we need to have a quick conversation about fuel. Because how much? 14? Okay. Okay, we're gonna fill up Kane's arm. That's the chance we're gonna take. And if Kane's arm has to go play rescue later, then that's just the choice we're gonna make. I appreciate you still listening, Kane. Because, again, you are the inspiration to the names of these ships, so. Okay, this needs to release. And I actually want to control it for a moment. SAS, prograde, please. Please just go a little faster for me. And get out of the way. Just so you're out of the way. Now, Kane's lander. Kane's lander, on the other hand, is going to go retrograde. And it will have its solar panels out. And Kane's lander needs to slow down. And land somewhere that we can find a Munstone. Which is kind of going to be difficult. Where's the flag we put down last time? Way over here? Okay. Tep. Oh, yeah. T-Pen said land there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm going retrograde. I'm pointing retrograde. And I want to land somewhere over there. I actually think I'm aiming for this big crater here. So I think I need to go down so that I can maybe cut across it. If I go down now, I bet that's wrong. I bet I need to go up here. Yeah, I'm gonna go up here so that the opposite side of the circle comes down. And hopefully that's gonna cut us across the edge of this big crater here. I want to land in that particular crater. What? Why am I going prograde? I said normal. Ah. Always hitting the wrong button. Classic. All right. Is that working out for me? No. No, it is definitely not. It is definitely wrong. Gotta go the other way. All right. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna hit. We're gonna get into this crater. Yeah. Clear into the crater. Clear into it. And then I'll slow down so that the periapsis will crash somewhere along there. And that's how we'll line up our landing. But we're still gonna waste a huge chunk of fuel. I think we did last time too. But at least this time, Kane's arm is holding on to a whole bunch of extra for us. All right, now we've got a crash happening. And we're gonna land somewhere in this big crater. Hopefully the sun is shining on it. That's a good start. All right. So we're actually 7,000 meters from the ground. We're not currently above the big crater. But we definitely need to be pointing retrograde. We should start, I think some of this dark area here is going to be the crater. But we can't land in the wrong spot. Because if we land in the wrong spot, there is no Munstone. And the Munstone's kind of a big deal. Alright. It looks to me, from the map, that we are fundamentally over top of said crater. Said dark spot. Yeah, we're aiming for this real dark spot. Somewhere in here, I think. So I think we'll probably just cut most of our speed right above that. It still says we're going down, so... Well, I mean, we're going to go down until we hit the ground, right? I feel like I'm seeing lots of Munstones down below me. There, specifically, I feel like I see a ton. I probably shouldn't be able to see them from this high up, but that makes me think we're in the area. Hopefully I'll see a bunch more as I get lower. Yeah, I see some in this crater too. I just gotta land in one of these craters, and I'm sure I'll be able to find one. What's this? 600 meters per second worth of slowdown power still. We're real high up, so let's do the time warp again. Okay, look at all those stones. There's gonna be lots. And we'll only have to waste a little bit of fuel. Oh, we don't get to time warp anymore. Okay. That's fine. We'll make it. And I'm sure we'll find a Munstone nearby. Look at me getting all the use out of this fuel I can. We're just gonna move over here a little bit. Yo, that was a lot of explosions. Oh, this is slanty ground. This is not gonna be great. Uh-oh. 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 I have a problem. I have a real problem. Uh-oh. Whew. It was close. We gotta find some level ground to land on, though. This is a problem. I can't land. I can't land on a hill. This is too sloped. I gotta land at the bottom of the hill, and I hate that. I can't, there's no way I can land on this hill. Uh-oh. That was definitely bad. This hill is a slope. I guess we're going back down to sea level. I need to go over this way. Yeah. Look, we're now pointing ourselves in the direction we need to go, which is great. So now we can go the other way. Hopefully we're close enough to flat ground now. Probably not far enough. Are we gonna stand? Are we standing? We standing? We're standing! We are on the ground. But it's gonna be a hike to get to a stone. Which isn't really the worst. But it does suck. It looks like we're gonna fall. Oh, we're definitely gonna fall here. This is not a safe landing space. Ugh, we gotta fix this. We got some fixing to do. Uh-oh. I'm losing control again. Don't worry, team. I have a lot of faith in what's happening. We're gonna be okay. But I need to go over here. We're just putting the ship down closer to a Munstone. That's all. This one, right here. That one. That's the one we need? We have clearly demonstrated the need for a better landing vehicle, as well as a rover of some sorts. Maybe some way to pick a good solid landing spot first. Look, we can stay still on this ground, right? Great. Great. Now, close everything up. And send the scientist out to go get something. Ship's gonna move. Anyways. Alright. Let go. RCS. And go find a Munstone for us. Lubrit. If that ship falls while our back is turned, then I am definitely gonna blame either Lubrit or Rabbit. I haven't decided which one. Oh, this stone looks big. I don't know if it's gonna be right. We'll take a surface sample, because we're here. But is this not... This is not a mudstone. So we gotta look for something else. Maybe one of these over here. And we gotta keep an eye on how much jetpack fuel we have. I don't have any reason to believe anything else closer is gonna be it. If it's not that right there, then I'm not sure I'll ever find it. We might actually have to walk a little bit, just in case. Because, oh boy, running out of jetpack fuel would definitely strand Lubrit. We would need a new ship entirely to come to the rescue. Oh, we tripped. We tripped. I wonder if we got to get this Kerbin some extra snacks to make up for that. This better be a mudstone. Pick up the mudstone. Let's plant a flag here. Rescue Mission 2. Expected success. Returning to Kerbin. Now where's our ship? 200 meters away. Okay. I guess technically we're not inside the crater. I feel like we're on the Mun's surface just outside of the crater. But I guess we got the mudstone that we were after. So what more could we hope for? Our scientists usually have great spacewalks. Let's grab a report before we head in. Great job. Great job. Now we just need to get home. Open everything up. And let's get going. Probably in this direction. Oh, what a nice view. Let's lift up the landing legs. We don't need those anymore. How's our circle looking? Our circle's going just fine. And I don't think we need Kane's arm to come and drop off any of the extra fuel. I think we should have plenty to just get home. But actually, Kane's arm could go and grab that debris. That'll be a later problem. Right now, it's just getting home. Because we have 2 rescued Kerbins and a Munstone that are expected back at Kerbin. Alright, now if I was here, right? Like if I'm out there and I go straight ahead. Definitely a better time to do it. Great. Great. We can do it. Ooh, I see. Periapsis of 13. That's fine. But actually, I bet what we should do, warp there. We're going to get to the high point, right? This is the plan. We're going to get to the high point, and we're going to go faster. That way we have a circle around the moon, and we don't have to worry about crashing into the surface. And then, when we're down near the low point, we'll go faster again to launch ourselves out. All right. First off, this periapsis needs to exist at like 10,000 or change. 20? That's great. So then what if I'm like here? And I go that way until there. And I keep going faster. Yeah, okay. So if I'm there, so we just need to warp to the next maneuver. We'll go faster. And it'll all work out. And we've got so much fuel still that we're going to be able to come in home quickly. No messing around. All right, let's skip the maneuver node altogether and just go prograde. And it'll all work out. Yeah, that's gonna be way too fast. We're coming in brave. Okay. All right, there's that. We're gonna get to like there. Where are we? Close this. We want to be going retrograde. May as well close the solar panels and all the everything. Close it all. Yo. We have a dangerous re-entry attempted. Please, please wish us luck. Because I really want to finish this mission on this stream. I don't want to have to break it up. We're so close to done. But yo, it's... The stream's been more than 2 hours at this point. Which is cool and all. But let's wrap it up. We gotta wrap this mission up. Alright, our low point is 1.5 minutes away. And our speed is huge. So I'm gonna go full throttle at really soon, actually. Yeah, probably as soon as we hit 50. Let's say it's 55. This is gonna be dangerous. I'm sure of it. All that heating. Yeah, we're just gonna start going now. Gotta slow it all down. Because 3,000 meters per second is dangerous. And we have a lot of fuel. That way we don't have to rely on the aero braking. We'll use our actual brakes, our big boy brakes. And then after we've run out of fuel, the heat shield will do just fine for the rest of the way down. Yo, Kane's arm and Kane's lander. Fantastic. Alright. This has been a great use of our fuel. We're just about out. There we are. Let's ditch the lander part. And at this point, I am very confident that the rescue will be deemed a success. But it's just a matter of time until we hit the ground. Let's hopefully not hit that piece of debris. It seems that this piece that we've kept is definitely traveling slower, which means it's getting to the ground quicker. pretty soon we'll be able to open the parachutes. Look at that. The heating issues are gone. The drogue chutes can be used. We're still doing a great job slowing down, so I'm not going to hit the drogue chutes yet. Alright, those are the drogue chutes. Helping us slow down nicely. And these other parachutes are also going to work just fine this time. I feel like we added parachutes to it since the last time we needed to use this ship. Water is good. Stay hydrated, friends. Ooh, matcha. I feel like I would have asked you what delicious thing you consumed quite a while ago, so thanks for finally answering. Matcha, caffeine, all good. All delish. Alright, these other parachutes are about to open up and slow us down yet again. Great. We should be able to tolerate an impact of 7 meters per second, right? It's really hard not to celebrate the success of this mission too early. Because technically right now is too early. Disaster could still strike. Could we, like, take a crew report or something? No? Nothing? Nothing to be had? Temperature readings? Ooh, there's some science. That's just batteries and the probe core. Looks like we're about to land in a tree. Yo, and these two new Kerbals get credit for having gone to the Mun and back. They've had a very successful mission. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Boom. We made it. Yay. Yay, team. Yo. Welcome to the party, yo. We got to recover this vessel. It's amazing. Rescue mission. Complete success. We rescued 2 Kerbals and got a Munstone. Remember when we upgraded all of our facility buildings and was left with absolutely no funds left? Well, boy, howdy, we fixed that. Lots of reputation points. We have 270 science, 773,000 funds. We've got lots to work with. That was all of our contracts complete too. Look, no active contracts. So next time we will plan a new mission. So thank you very much for being here. Thanks for all of your oh so constructive feedback on the other model. I guess I'll shelve it and try and do something different. Bye.